Hello. Learn Japanese with Valen Hark Hotline. This is Valen Hark speaking. How may I help you? Oh, you're returning back for Learn Japanese? Because you enjoy the stream so much and you want to like and subscribe and send me money and be my best pal friend? Sure. I can accommodate that. Let's go ahead and get back on in, shall we? Last time on Learn Japanese Ballsy, we did Gagi Guge Go and Za Ji Zi Zai Zo. So you know what that means. Open up your notebooks, kids, and get that pencil going, because you know you don't move on before you review. Review it. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. By the way, if you need to keep reviewing the stuff from previous videos, add that to this rotation that we're about to do here. I'm not going to do it to save you time in looking at this video, but you should be doing it. So, last time we learned that if you add tenten, aka this little quotation mark looking thing, to ga, or ka I should say, it turns into ga, right? Ga, gi, gu, ge, go. Of course you remember that without the tenten mark, this is ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Of course you remember that, right? Alright, after that, what did we have? This column here, sashi suse so, and we turned it into za. What's this? It is not Z. Remember, it is G. Don't let that one trip you up. Za, G, Z, Ze, Zo. You follow? If you don't follow, time to review it again. Do the rotation. That's what it's for. Alright? So what are we gonna jump on into today? Let's head on over and take a look. Well, as you know, the next column is tachi tsute to, and we did that a long time ago. That should already be in your review rotation. But today we're gonna learn how to turn these into da, ji, zu, de, do. And we're also gonna be careful because this says zu, and you might be thinking to yourself, but this one here, this one is zoo, is it not? What? There's two zoos? Relax for a second, I'm going to explain. But first we got to get there. Tachi tsute do, alright? We're going to turn those into tachi tsute do right now. Alright, take your ta and add tenten. Now it's da. One more time, just like that. Da. Alright. Chi. Oh. If we add tenten to this, G. This also becomes G. Go back and look. You see it here, and you see it here. In this case, both of these characters can be G if you add tenten to them. Here's the first thing I want to explain. You will very rarely see tenten added to chi in order to turn it into G. In most cases, when somebody's trying to say G, the character they will use is this. In most cases. You will sometimes run into this character for, in a lot of cases, stylistic purposes. They could have very well just used this here, but they chose to use chi with a tenten instead because they're trying to be cool. Alright, I don't make this up, this is just how it works, apparently. Whoa. Relax, please. Why are we huge? There we go. Welcome back. Okay. So that was G done with the chi character. And here's the other one that's gonna trip you up, and I got something to explain here. This would be tsu, right? Just like that. Add tenten. It is now, it says here on your chart, zu, but I'm gonna tell you that it should be Zu. Now this is this might feel weird for some people. Some people might be able to pick this up right away and just say zu, right? Imagine you are putting, if this is difficult for you, you're putting the D sound right before the Z sound. So, zu. Let's hear the difference here between, remember this, zu and zu. It's very slight. It's very, very slight. So I'm gonna say zu first, and then I'm gonna say zu second. All right, zu, 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 zu. And if you can't hear that difference, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not really going to be a big deal for a beginner level Japanese for you. But for now, you do need to at least know that this character exists, and this is what's going on there. All right? Some people do spell this just ZU. It's kind of a preference thing. For me as a translator, I prefer the DZU spelling of the character because it's just plainly more accurate. In most cases, sometimes it's not exactly pronounced like this, but in most cases, you do hear that D just ever so slightly before the Z. Okay? So that's what's going on here. Again, that is Z. Alright? Don't you forget it now, because that's the hardest part of today. Most likely. If you just got through that, well, now it's just smooth sailing, because remember this guy? Te? Well, now guess what? Let's put it there. De. And I'm saying let's put it there because that's usually where it is. Depending on your handwriting, some people will put it more like there. I don't think I have ever seen it like up there. That does feel very weird. Don't do this. This is kind of getting close there, and this is usually how you see it. And as a matter of fact, I am curious if I went ahead and told my computer that I wanted to go ahead and type in Japanese and typed de. Oh. Look at that. The computer font agrees with me. It does agree that it should be right. Oh my god. Right there. Boom. So it's kind of in the curve there. If you do it like up here, you're kind of stretching it. Don't go up here, all right? So that is de. All right. And last for this column, what do we got? Well, we got toll, as we usually do. But when we go ahead and write it like this, well, guess what? It's not toll now, is it? Now it's do. And if you've made it this far and you've watched all the videos, I would really like to think that you are not going to pronounce this as do. And if you pronounce this as do, I am giving you a failing grade for this entire video, and I am sending you all the way back to the first video. If you pronounce this as do instead of do, you have to go to Valen Hark's summer school. I apologize, but that's all I can do to help you. Go back. Don't let me hear you saying it again. This will always be do. Right? Remember your a, I, U, E, O. That's how they all go. Alright, so you did it. You made it through tachi tsu te to turning into da ji zu de do with the use of tenten. Boom, done it. So next, what do we do? Well, yeah, if you follow what's going on here, you know that you're not going to go ahead and put tenten on the end column here. There is no tenten for nani nu ne no, so don't do it. Once again, we're going straight to column number 6 here. Ha, hi, hu, he, ho. And I told you way back when that ha, hi, hu, he, ho is the only column. It's the special one that has not only tenten, but also maru. Alright, so we're gonna go double time here. We're doing 3 sets of characters today. Count them, 3. Let's go. Take me there. First up, we got ha. You should know how to do this by now. So this would be ha, and if you add tenten, it is now ba. Let me make that a little more clear. There we go. So this is ba. Okay. We turn he with Tenten into B. Okay? Don't you dare pronounce this by. It's not by, it's B. Remember this guy? Who would turn into boo. Okay. Very good. Well, excuse me, Valen. Don't forget the thing you're actually trying to teach here. You need Tenten. Alright? If you don't add Tenten, it's gonna stay as who. Who would have thunk it? Moving on. He will turn into be. Okay? Be. Bobby boo be. And last but not least, ho turns into, you guessed it, bo. Alright? Bobby boo be bo, ladies and gentlemen. And then reverse it. Back it up. Reverse. And take us all the way back to ha again, because guess what? It's not over. We're gonna do the famed, the one you love, the Maru. I told you way back when that Maru, the name of that little modifier, just means circle. It can also mean, depending on the context, round. And maybe some other things, depending on the context. But this is usually what it is, okay? Maru. That's why the famed cat, the internet famed cat Maru, is he's round. He's a chunky one. That's why. Anyway, ha will turn into class. What's it gonna turn into? Pa. You got it. Hey, it's easy. Don't screw this up now, though. If I get rid of this and I do this, that is not pa. Boom, exit out. That is now ba. Don't you forget it. All right. So that was pa. He with Maru is now P. Ha 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 ha. Alright, children, get your little laughy laughs out. I learned how to say P in Japanese. Well, guess what? This doesn't mean P in Japanese. That's just the sound it makes. And if you want to know how to say P in Japanese, I'm going to tell you that it's oshiko. Or just, if you don't want to be polite about it, it's just shiko. Alright? Keep that on the down low. Your old Professor Valen didn't teach you that. That is P. Okay? Uh-oh. Pooh. Well, look at that. P and Pooh are neighbors. Get the laugh hats out. Well, guess what? This doesn't mean Pooh in Japanese. It's just the way it sounds for this character. Oh, and it needs Maru. Stop trying to be funny, Valen. Teach the right thing. Pooh. This is who. This is Pooh. And if you want to say poop in Japanese, there's actually a lot of different ways. And, your old pal, Valen, Professor Valen, is not teaching you that unko means poop. He wouldn't do that. No, but wait, Valen, I watch anime all the time, and they always say, kso. Yeah, well, guess what? This one is more like, literally shit. Okay? And, this one is more like poop. Or poo. Okay? This can be used as an expletive. This cannot. This one is for happy fun time children words. This one is not. Okay? This has been a poopy lesson by Valen Hark. I mean, not by Valen Hark. Don't you commit that to memory and never forget it. I don't endorse that. This was poo. Okay, throw that into your rotation. Throw them all in there. You should be learning these, memorizing them. And last up, what do we got? Hole turns into pole. Alright? Just a nice little happy fun one to round it out in the end, all right? We got pull. All right? And hey, what happens if I do this? That's not pull, that's bull. All right? So hey, you know what it's time for? It's time for the mega remix. Bobby Boobay Bowl, Poppy Poopay Pole, throwdown extravaganza. I'm going to write some characters here. And I want you, viewer at home, now, if you want to review these first, you can, but I want you to tell me what I'm writing. I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that. And we're going to do both columns here. Daji Zude to Bobby Bubebo, Papi Pupebo. So, lightning round. You ready for this? What is that? Hurry up. Say it. Dude, do you remember this? You should. If you don't, you're not ready for this. That is Z. Okay? You got it. What do we got here? You should know that. This is Da. Did you get it? Well, guess what? We just did this one. You better remember it. Bowl. That's it. What about... What is this? Hey, that's Pa. Okay, continuing the lightning. What do we got here? Come on, you gotta snip snap, snip snap. That is B. And what do we got here? A very important one, because this uses a grammar particle all the time. What is this? It is not te, this is te. You add that tenten in there, it is now de. Alright? Okay. You should know that this is he. What is it now? That is maru. It is now pe. Alright. Hey, you know what? Settle down. Lightning round's over. And you made it through. I think. I actually can't see you. Unfortunately. I know that you thought this was a two-way relationship, but it's clearly not. Let's move on. So, that's what we did today, and I want you to take this column here with the tenten mark and throw it into your rotation. And then I want you to take this column here, start with the tenten mark and do Babi Bubebo, and then throw in Papi Pupebo. Okay, don't try to overload yourself with a mix of them all right away. That would be my suggestion, okay? And look, if you're doing it right, you should still be going over these guys too, Gagi Guyego and Zaji Zuzezo, right? So that is my suggestion. Please do that. And hey, I want to go over something else today. If you remember, so far our vocabulary extravaganza has introduced us to the likes of watashi, I or me, as well as hito, right? Person. And namae. These should be in your rotation too, until you can write them as quick and smooth as that. Namae, name, okay? Reminder that these should all be in your rotation for studying. Anata. This is just straight up a bunch of hiragana, which means you. And remember what I said? Not often used. It's very contextual, like rarely used. Let's just leave it at that. So, what am I going to show you today? Ooh. Uh-oh. Hey, Valen, you told us that hito means person, didn't you? Yes, I did. So, hey, what's going on here? Why are you telling me that kata? Right? You can read this, kata. Why does that also mean person? Well, first I will explain. When we say hito, it's just kind of a default level of politeness. It's not impolite or casual. It's not super polite or formal. It's just person. It's just hito. In any situation, you can use hito to mean person, and you'll be fine. This kanji here, which we will write in a second, so you can throw it in your rotation, this one is more formal. And likewise, more polite. Okay? To mean person. And, hey, you don't believe me? Well, first of all, how dare you? But second of all, go to the dictionary. Type it in. I told you it's kata, so if you used your Japanese keyboard, you could say kata, hit space. It'll probably show up. If it doesn't, press space again and again and again and again until you find it. And if you still don't find it, then I recommend reinstalling your Japanese, because this is the most commonly used version of it, so it should show up right away. You search it, and then you see, oh hey, first thing on the old dictionary here says hole. You can read this, right? Hole. That's another reading for this kanji. Now here is the first good example of a kanji that we have that can be read multiple different ways. And if you read it a different way, if you pronounce it a different way while you're speaking, you will say something else. If you say hole in a sentence, you're talking about the direction of something, like over that way. Direction, way, side, area, in a particular direction, right? So you don't need to know this right now. You don't need to know hole right now, because we're not covering that until later. What you need to know is, scroll on down, there it is, kata. This one also says direction, right? Please ignore that, because that's technically possible. But like you see here, person, lady or gentleman. And I guess they're writing lady or gentleman because it says right here, honorific or respectful. Sonkeigo, which is like respectful language. Okay? So now that we've confirmed that your professor is not lying to you here, go ahead and click the kanji over in the top right, like we know we can. And if you want to see it animated, you can click this, the stroke order, right? We need to know the stroke order. And if you want to take it and break it down one by one, here you go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's write that real quick. You ready to throw this in the all rotation? Here it comes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kata. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kata. Person. But respectful. I don't like that the dictionary says lady or gentleman, because that's a bunch of loaded baggage carried around by those words in English. So just stick with person and know that it's more respectful than hito. And that, I want to be clear here, hito is not disrespectful. When I explain this, people start freaking out and be like, oh, I always have to use kata. No, you can use hito in any situation, and it will be perfectly acceptable, okay? Kata is used when you want to start purposely being super polite. So it's like going above and beyond to being polite. And when would you encounter a situation like this? Well, for example, you are a clerk in a shop, and you're referring to somebody in front of a customer. You want to be polite and respectful, so you wouldn't say hito, you would probably say kata when you're talking about, when you're using the word person, right? It's mostly situations like that, okay? But don't think too hard about it. Just know for now that there are two ways to say person, and that's the difference between them. So, with that said, do you remember all right, let's do boxes around these. These are three separate words. Do you remember these? Kono, sono, and ano. And remember, we said these mean this, that, as in that near you, parentheses person I'm talking to, that desk parentheses near you, so not near me. And ano means that, as in that way over there, away from us. Side by side talking over here, okay? So, this, that by you, and that way over there. We remember that, right? And we remember that we did the first example for this by saying kono hito. This person. Well, guess what? I told you can use this for anything, and you can also say, actually, I think this is actually listed up in your vocabulary. There it is. Ano hito and ano kata. Now, if you're following along with Minna no Nihongo, the first edition of the series for beginners, like I suggested, this will be your chapter 1 vocabulary. And I told you we are going over all of these little by little as you learn hiragana and katakana. And once you're finished hiragana and katakana, we'll really dive into these and start doing some actual sentence creation. But that's why I'm introducing these right now. So we know ano hito, ano kata. And it says here, that person, he or she, I suppose it could be used like that, but technically these are different words. And ano kata, that person, he or she, parentheses, more polite. That's it. That's the difference. Okay? So we go back over here. Kono kata would be just the same thing. Okay? And if we said, like is in your vocabulary, ano kata. So what are we saying here? If you say ano, the situation that I would imagine as somebody who speaks Japanese, and probably most natives would immediately imagine their head seeing this, the speaker is talking about someone particularly far away or necessarily not close to the speaker and the person the speaker's speaking to, right? So me, and I'm talking to my friend right here next to me, and we're talking about that person way out on the boat on the lake, for example. Or maybe we're in a hotel and I'm talking to the receptionist. I'm at the desk there, the reception desk. Hello. Listen, that person way over there is giving me a little bit of trouble, and I'd like you to do something about that. I'm not feeling too good. We're talking about maybe somebody that's out sitting in the lounge of the hotel. Okay? So you can see how it's used for differing distances, but in any case, ano is used for someone or something, as in that person, in this case, that is not near the speaker or the person they're talking to. Okay? So that is a grammar review of kono, sono, ano, as well as your new kanji / vocabulary for the day. So please do throw this into the rotation. And if you want to be super duper studalicious about it, you can go ahead and try pretty much quizzing yourself in your notebook. Write out ano kata a couple times in your rotation and ask yourself, what does that mean? That means that person, right? And think to yourself, well, which version of that is it? The one not near us, okay? And likewise, you can also ask yourself, what is this? Kono hito. This person, okay? This is not actually, it's not necessarily rude to say kono with hito or kata, but it's not really polite either, so remember, this is all just for study purposes. We will really delve into... Why do you keep doing that to me? We will delve into serious usage sentence structure a bit later. For now, you need to be studying the characters, okay? And if we're being real serious, I would not be introducing you to kanji yet. I would tell you to focus on hiragana and katakana only until you were done with that. But I think that you smart little slick dog cookies out there can handle a few kanji here and there thrown into the mix. Because if you start throwing those into the mix now, once we're done with hiragana and katakana, And we're almost there, by the way. We're halfway through now. We just have to do katakana pretty much. Once you're done with that, you're also going to have a bunch of kanji under your belt, which means you can start jumping into that first chapter of the book if you're following the book right away. And if you're just following me here on the stream, you can also jump right into practicing the sentences that I'm going to start teaching you. So that's why I would suggest throwing these kanji that I'm teaching you into your rotation, okay? And basically that's up to you how often you want to throw them in, but I would suggest basically until you, just as quickly as you should be able to write by now, if you're not that quick with each of these kanji in terms of recall and writing them down, then you should still be writing them. Same thing goes for the hiragana, all right? Do not forget the method. Trust the method, follow the method. Don't stray from the method, all right? I mean, that's how we do this. That's how we're going to get through Japanese, I promise you. So, that was it. And that was kata. Person, formal / polite. Okay? I think that will do it for today. Richie Menendez says, okay. Thank you, Richie. And welcome to the stream. I hope that that was helpful for you. Bito Chepe says, nice class. Bito Chepe, you're a nice follower. Thank you for following, by the way. I see you followed me there on the list. Thank you. As always, if you have any questions, concerns, or comments, you can feel free to ask me at any time during the class or over in the YouTube comments. This class, as they all do, will be thrown up on YouTube. You just go ahead and search Valen Hark on YouTube and you'll find him there. And that's pretty much going to do it for today. Like I said, we're taking this slow. So, hey, keep looking at this while you're studying. Keep going through at this, okay? I don't know how far each of you have gotten so far, but I know that some of you who have sent me messages, one person in particular, was keeping up and is on the 10th column right now and already has a majority of hiragana pretty much memorized. So, as always, if you stick with this pretty much every day and you keep doing it, 20 minutes a day. Maybe you do it before bed, as throw on some tunes, throw on your pal Valen Hark if you want to, and sit down with your notebook, knock out a couple of rotations of hiragana and the kanji that we've done, the words, and then call it a night. And you just do that every day, and it comes into memory pretty quick and solid. So keep it up. Thank you, and thank you, Richie Menendez, for following as well. Much appreciated. I hope you guys stop on by next time. Feel free. And I will continue then. And with that said, as always, I hope you enjoyed today. I wish you happy studying. And I will see you next time. So take care.